What's up? This is GVKcollectibles, and today it's going to be Mythical Mountain Monday. So basically, it's Sunday, so this is a day after the Mythical Mountain auction / claim sale, as they like to call it, too. Steve and Tony, they put up a great show yesterday, and it was very fun. So, yeah, Cole didn't, my brother didn't get anything, so all too much throughout the auction. So this is just going to be mainly a solo video with me, which, like, I'm kind of okay with, just because there isn't too many technical levels that we don't have to show. Luckily I can get it a little bit closer where we don't have to show both of us. So yeah, so let's get right into it. And it's also, technically, since this is Sunday today, it is my birthday today, so yeah, there's that. So this is kind of like a birthday haul for me. So let's start out with some of the comic books. So there was a lot of classic comic books that I got today, but I want to start off with this wonderful Batgirl variant cover. Now, I don't read the current run of Batgirl. I actually should definitely think about getting back into Batgirl, just because that was a series that really propelled me into comics more so, like the cape stuff, like the superhero stuff, because Matt Frank with Godzilla Rulers of Earth helped me get into comics, then Prometheus more so, than this Batgirl was the reason I got really into the main, like, the DC stuff and, like, Marvel stuff. But a really beautiful cover. Unfortunately, I don't know who the artist is, but it's a very wonderful cover. DC always does really good. Now, this one was a really cool one. This is from the Year of Villains. So this is from... No, I think it's from this year. I think Year of Villains is from this year, but it is the awesome Catwoman print, and it's very much the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman from Batman Returns, and it's a really wonderful variant. Really cool. I don't know who the artist is, but like whenever I see variants like this, it's just always catches my eye. So here we have some, like, kind of fun stuff. So we have, those are kind of the only newer comics that I got. But I do have a lot of classic comics. So let's start off with, I'm trying to think of which one that I got first, but whatever. Let's start it with this one, because it's kind of ridiculous and funny. It is Batman and Robin. Batman with the Teen Robin, the Teen Wonder, and it's a Christmas special. It's a 52 issue, and you get to see. Let's try to. Yeah, you get to see Batman in have a beard, which is pretty funny. In a Christmas, he's in a Santa Claus beard, which is kind of funny to think about. It's a funny and cool thing to look at, and it's kind of wacky with him with that beard, to be honest. I just got it because this seemed like a cool, fun little issue. So let's get DC stuff out of the way first, because it's DC right now. So here's one. This is from Batman Detective Comics, 872, and this is done by the Scott Snyder, who his like New 52 Batman run is like one of the best known, like, Batman runs in the last few years. He created the Court of Owls. He did a lot of cool stuff with that character. And this is where you gotta start with Batman, I think, in Detective Comics with artist Jock. I actually have not read this because this is a part of the Black Mirror storyline for this book. It was taken into Detective Comics books, and it also has Dick Grayson as Batman. So the interesting thing was, this was like the high end, this was like the end of this kind of the era of DC before they jumped into the New 52, which, hard to believe that the New 52 is like 10 years old by now, but this is like basically what that happened. Everything got dropped with a few exceptions. Like, I think stories like Batman and Green Lantern not continued, but everything else got rebooted because those were selling at the time, and they still sell at the time. So, which is really interesting. It's a cool like a really cool cover. Jock, I don't know if, I think that's the main, he does the main covers. So, and I think this is my last DC one. But it's this cool Batman number where is it? Number 286. And he's fighting two Jokers, and the reason I got this one is because it heavily reminded me of, like, once again, it's that kind of cool classic Batman art style. Like, this is post, like, when he was kind of goofy, and this is kind of when they were getting him back into the kind of dark, not dark and gritty. Wasn't quite Frank Miller yet, but it was to a point of where like Batman was starting to get kind of back on course, where from being a goofy character because of the whole invention of the Comics Code Authority. And I got it because the two Jokers, because currently I'm reading 3 Jokers, and that was pretty cool. It was a pretty, even though it's in 1 issue, it's a pretty cool story. The art's fantastic in that, so that's why I got that one. It reminded me of the three Jokers. So this is all, the rest is pretty much going to be all Marvel stuff, which, like, I love the Marvel stuff, so, but let's get this one. This is completely unintentional, but I do love these, the Marvel team-up series. Like, I just like the concept of the comics, and this one has Spider-Man and Black Panther, because usually, most of the time, I think this Marvel team-up featured Spider-Man teaming up with people just because he was the most popular character at the time. And you got Black Panther facing Stegoron, the dinosaur man. I've never heard of that character, and that's kind of cool. Like, here, let me... Yeah, there's Stegoron. He's a dino man. He's a Stegosaurus man. But yeah, I mean, this is really cool. Black Panther's a really awesome character within the MCU, and unfortunately, Chadwick Boseman passing away really sucked. It's sad. Like, cancer sucks, but this was completely unintentional. I do just love the Marvel team-ups books, and it's also, this one is from what I gathered from Tony. This is the last issue that went 20 cents. Then there was a price raise, which, you know, those are always fun with people. Another one that I got was, actually, let's keep up with the team-ups, because I got one more team-up, Marvel team-up, and this one is, which one is this? I can't find the issue number, it's so hard. I think it's 65. Yeah, I think this is issue 65 with Captain Britain, and I think this was, like, Captain Britain's first appearance, like, within the American, lexicon. I'm not completely sure, but I do love Captain Britain as a character. Brian Braddock is a really cool character. Betsy's clearly taken up the role in the new Excalibur run, which I think her costume looks amazing, and she looks absolutely fantastic. Psylocke slash Betsy Braddock is probably one of my favorite X-Men characters in the whole, like, lexicon of Marvel. So yeah, that's the final team-up book. So here we got a cool one, because this was a horror comic. So it was Tomb of Dracula. Tomb of Darkness, sorry. It's like, no, you can't be alive. You can't be. But I am not alive. I am one of the undead, and as you soon shall be. Good God, I can't talk today. The Vampire's Coffin. So I assume this was kind of like Marvel's trying to take on horror comics. It actually may have, because I think the character in this book is Dracula, and Dracula was actually kind of a main fixture within Marvel Comics, even though he's, like, very much like a known character throughout. He did have a run with comics. I actually had a few, like, I think that's where Blade got his beginning, was, like, fighting Dracula in the Marvel comics. So yeah, and I dig the old style, like, horror comics back in the day, like the EC Comics and this one in particular. So here we have the two last ones. So this one's a pretty cool one. It is Red's Captain America, and this is the beginning of the Red Skull Cosmic Cube story, so which is the Tesseract in the MCU, but it is a big, God, what is it? This definitely, like, influenced the first Captain America movie with, like, the Cosmic Cube, aka the Tesseract and everything. So, and it's a pretty cool cover. I think it is, well, it's Romita Jr. So, Romita. I think it's Romita Sr. I'm not completely sure, but it is a pretty freaking cool cover, if I may say so. I do love. There's just something about, like, this kind of classic Marvel style And I think the big one, even though it's not really, this is not the best condition, but I'm glad to have it in my collection, is first issue of Secret Wars. Now, this is a big story, so this was kind of like their, oh, it's a, oh, air variant. It says it's an air variant, that's what it says in the back. Oh my god. Wow. Oh yeah, I actually know. So I could try to find. Let me try to find it. So basically, what this was, like, why it was a factory. The reason they called it that is there's a specific panel with Galactus in it. So Galactus, as you know, is the world eater and not the Cloud thing from Fantastic Four. So, but basically, oh yep, there he is. He's in the blue kind of. He's in a blue kind of color. Oh my god, this is such an old comic book, man. It's like all fallen. So, yeah, there you go. That's Galactus, and he's like misprinted, which he kind of looks like. Honestly, he looks like he's a member of the Fantastic Four, which is that's kind of crazy to think of. So, but basically, yeah, Secret Wars is a big story arc where it was essentially like Battle World, and it was their first very big crossover. This was ultimately just to sell toys with the deal that Marvel made at the time. But you know what? It worked. It's one of the most. This is just the unequivocal, like, of taking all your toys out of the toy box and just having fun with it. Like, just having, like, oh, you got it, like, Spider-Man versus the X-Men and that kind of stuff. Like, this is this book. And it's a fun book. Like, sorry about that again. The camera cut off, which is always great. But, once again, this is actually a really cool comic. Yeah, it's kind of their first big, not their first one, but it was their first really big crossover to, like, with all these established characters. So Contest of Champions was the first big one, but this one, like, really kind of set it. It's like, oh, we can make money off this, and this is actually a good idea. So yeah, for the most part, that's all the comics that I have. But I did also get something else. Mythical got this in, I think, a few days ago, and I told them to hold it, which they're always awesome about. If you want something and they post it, if you message them, they'll hold it. Then you can come pay for it. But this one I'm very excited about. It is Ash from Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Now, this is the Starz original series. Unfortunately, it was canceled after 3 seasons, but, like, I remember watching, I've only watched, like, I think the first 2 episodes, and both those episodes are fantastic, and I really want to get more into the series. But this basically, it's Ash from, it's assumed that this is Falling Army of Darkness, I assume, because it's a much older Ash, and he's kind of dodging responsibility of, like, dealing with the Evil Dead and the Necronomicon. But, like, there's just one night he screws up and basically summons the Deadites again. So, but, like, of what I remember seeing from the show, really good, really fantastic. It really harkens to that back of, like, the kind of style that Evil Dead 2 was. And a little bit of Army of Darkness, where, like, Evil Dead 2 is, like, the perfect horror, like, is a great horror comedy. Like, Army of Darkness is more of a, like, action comedy, because there's a lot more action, and there's, like, horror in there, but it's not like Evil Dead 1 or 2. But, like, that being said, it looks fantastic. The figure itself looks pretty good. I'm really excited to get it. I love Ash Williams. He's such a great character. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the Mythical Mountain haul today. So, if you did like this video, remember to subscribe and hit that little bell notification so you can get notified whenever we upload a video, because YouTube's a little weird. And also hit the like button too. So yeah, this is where it's like I need my brother, is because I don't know how to do an intro. So that being said, you guys have a great day, and peace.